To remain updated with the latest business news, click on the bell icon.
The foundation stone for the ambitious Noida International Airport project will be laid by Prime Minister Narendra Modi on November 25th. Joining me right now is Union Civil Aviation Minister, Mr. Jyotiraditya Scindia. So can you tell us a little bit about why this project is such an ambitious dream project of the Prime Minister's and the Centre's?
It is a dream project for the Prime Minister because it is a dream project not only for the state of Uttar Pradesh, but it is a dream project for India. It is a dream project for Bharat. Along with the foundation of airports comes the wheel of economic activity, comes the wheel of employment multipliers. And we are already seeing that happen in Jewar. The fact that over the last 3 years there has been a huge beeline of an attraction towards investment in and around that area. Almost close to about $2 billion worth of investment has already come in. And we are forecasting close to about 60,000 crores of investments and production from the Jewar and the adjoining area, along with close to 1 lakh employment opportunities being energized through this airport activity. Let me tell you, Paulmi, that there are 2 multipliers that are at play with civil aviation. Civil aviation, what we used to hear before, that growth brings along with it a paradigm of connectivity. That formula has now turned on its head. Connectivity brings along with it a paradigm of growth. And that is what we will experience in Jewar as well. The very fact that you have an economic multiplier in the civil aviation sector of 1:3.25, in terms of economic output, 100 rupee investment results in 325 rupees of economic output. And along with that, an employment multiplier of 1:6.1. So every direct job in civil aviation gives 6.1 indirect jobs in terms of employment opportunities. So therefore, civil aviation in many ways has become an economic multiplier and an employment multiplier. And the very fact that in Uttar Pradesh, a state hitherto that only had 2 airports over the last 70 years, and in 7 years, Prime Minister Modi has transformed that from 2 to 9 airports, and this is the 10th airport of which the foundation stone is being laid. And in the next 5 years, we are going to move from 9 plus 1, 10 to 17 airports in Uttar Pradesh. Talks to you about the importance in terms of the northern India and international routes being serviced from Uttar Pradesh.
Also, one of the criticisms from your opponents is that, the government is going after sort of laying the foundation stone, inaugurating projects because it has an eye on the UP polls. And specifically, there was a criticism from Priyanka Gandhi, for instance, that the farmers, there are those who are camping just 700 meters from outside of Jewar Airport because they have not been either rehabilitated or compensated.
Well, let me say this, that there are those that believe in being roadblocks to progress for our country, who have a negative attitude. There are 130 crore people in this country who have aspirations, who have an outlook towards progress, who have an outlook towards development, who are in many ways empowered and motivated by Prime Minister Modi. That development engine is going to chug on because 95 to 99% of India wants to move down that route. The very fact today that Jewar Airport has seen the light of day after 16 to 17, 20 years of trials and tribulations. The fact that the idea was mooted by the then Chief Minister Rajnath Singh ji in 2001 and 2002. The files caught dust for almost 15, 16 years until 2014 when Prime Minister Modi took it upon himself to re-energize and re-look at the Jewar project. And from 2017, when we had a state government in place with Yogi Adityanath ji as the Chief Minister, the double engine Sarkar turned a dream into reality, the foundation stone of which is going to be laid tomorrow.
Also, my question also about the vision that you had about airports expansion that you just spoke about as well. Recently, in a conference with state civil aviation ministers, you said that you want to double that number. You want to take it to 200 plus by 2023-24. How are you intending to do that?
So let me just correct you slightly. What we have been able to do is that in the last 70 years, we had 74 airports in this country. In the last 7 years, under the stewardship of the Prime Minister, we have gone from 74 airports added another 62 airports to our portfolio. So we have gone from 74 to 136 in a period of 7 years. So contrast 70 years of other governments along with 7 years of Prime Minister Modi. And we intend to go to 220 by 2025. But that is not airports alone. That number of 136 and 220 are airports, heliports, all inclusive, right? And seaports, all for seaplanes, all together. And it is our commitment that we will deliver on that target for 220. I have a certain target that I conveyed to you when I gave you my 100 days target. And I will come to you at the end of my 100 days in the middle of December, and I will apprise you of what I have been able to achieve and what I have not been able to achieve. And I commit to you that we will go down this path of advancement of infrastructure and airline connectivity, both, so that we connect. As Prime Minister has always said, under Udan, उड़े देश का आम नागरिक हवाई चप्पल वाला भी हवाई सफर कर पाए.
Two questions from the passenger point of view. One is about fare bans and one is about international flights. So when do they resume commercial flights?
Well, we are looking at this on a daily basis. As I told you earlier, that this is something that has to do in terms of a cooperation and a conjunct between multiple ministries. It is not my domain alone. So I am having detailed conversations with the Ministry of Home Affairs and the Ministry of Health. And very shortly, as this talks come to a fruition, we come to a decision, you will be informed.
Do you have a timeline for it, sir, as to when you see it?
As and when we take a decision, you will be the first to know.
And fare bans, sir?
Well, fare bans at this point of time are going to stay at the process that they're at. However, as I mentioned to you, along with capacity caps, this is something that I'm visiting on a weekly basis.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
If you like the video, do like, comment, share and subscribe.